We also don't preach a gospel of self-help. It's not that Jesus is just trying to help us get through our problems. It's that Jesus wants to remedy the gospel heart issue in our soul, which is why I know that's what plagues our nation. So rather than complaining about what's politically wrong with our nation, can we not speak to the heart of the problem, which is our sin problem? And then once we realize that and we give God that ability to do heart surgery and swap that heart, and we say, God, I'm yours. He gives you that new heart. And now finally, if the Son has set you free, you are free indeed. I now am free because Jesus is in my life. The Bible is not this list of rules of do's and don'ts, but now I get to live freely because now I have the power to actually say, I can live for Jesus. I couldn't when I wasn't a child of God. Family, verse 5 and 6. But if our unrighteous serves to show the righteousness of God, what shall we say? That God is unrighteous to inflict wrath on us? I speak in a human way, by no means. For then how could God judge the world? Now in this passage, Paul's acknowledging God as the perfect judge. He's essentially saying that the criminal, as he is more rebellious and is more guilty, that the judge is revealed as even more righteous. That he's acknowledging that the judge is the perfect and righteous judge, which God is. But there's this play going on here that Paul is speaking to someone as though he's saying that, like, the more sinful I get as a person, the more glorious the gospel seems. So essentially, our bad makes God look good. So God needs me to be bad to look good. Do you see the twist there? Like, God needs us to reveal his goodness. And so he's saying basically, hey, if that's my purpose and my role, clearly I should be saved because I'm a part of his salvation plan. Well, Paul here says, here in that third point, just because God uses us doesn't mean that he has to save us. Just because God uses you in his story doesn't mean that you're saved. And the Jewish people thought that because they were circumcised, because that they were nationally and ethnically Jew, that by that salvation would come to the world, and that meant by nature that they themselves are saved. And now they're finding out it's not true. Every person in the entire world is a part of God's story. But because of the gospel, the question is what role do you play in that story? I pray that every single person in this room would understand that Jesus Christ has redeemed you to live a victorious story, because you are just but a page, a part of a chapter of this epic tale that in the end proclaims our God wins.